Joseph, why should universities meet the changing needs of the corporate world?
Well, the most important reason is that we are moving towards a knowledge economy, and in such a knowledge economy, corporations have a strong need for highly educated talents on the one hand. On the other hand, these corporations also are important knowledge producers, and universities, academia could join forces and benefit from these products, knowledge products as well.
Are there other reasons?
Well, another reason would be that students are offered an early introduction to the job market. Now, in the academic world and the corporate world are so separate that students find it very difficult to move between the two. It would be very important to offer this early introduction to a high-level job market, and therefore universities and corporations should join forces as well. I have another very pragmatic reason, and it is that the typical full-time student has almost disappeared. Many students have their part-time jobs while studying or even run their own businesses. I was surprised when I lectured at Ahmedabad and at IIT in Mumbai that when I asked the students whether they had jobs or run their own business, a majority had activities outside the university. So why don't we acknowledge this and try to combine academic study and high-level work in companies? So then students, companies and universities would benefit from this changing student population. Then I see that in companies there's a strong need for cooperation, communication skills, high-level problem solution skills, business awareness. And these competences are hardly developed within an academic context, and therefore the curriculum should be changed as well. And we could add a last reason, and that last reason is that in knowledge-intensive companies a lot of knowledge production takes place as well, and universities could profit from this company knowledge and add it to their knowledge base as well.
And how could such a collaboration look like?
Well, I see different forms. A very easy to organize form is that university staff and companies design specific research activities, practical research activities that students can conduct within a corporation. The second point would be that you make a more extensive collaboration by offering jobs to students. And in these jobs, students do day-to-day work, but also work on specific assignments with a more academic character. I also see opportunities where senior staff members from the university take temporary teaching roles at the university. So there we could promote an exchange of competences between companies and universities. In the long term, I could even see that a company and a university make a long-term learning plan where numbers of students can participate, and this could be the basis for a more longitudinal research plan, and the companies also becoming used to having students as employees.
Joseph, what could be objections against these kinds of collaboration?
Well, there is a traditional fear when companies and universities build up a collaborative relationship that the influence of companies will be too strong on the university curriculum, with an effect of a decline of the academic level. This fear is based on the traditional separation of so-called theory and practice. The theory is held in a high esteem and practice is something down there. I think we have to reappreciate practice specifically in knowledge-intensive companies. And then the strong separation between theory, which is often academic theory, and practice in the world of cooperation, that we can diminish this strong separation.
What could be other fears?
Well, one other point would be that in working in a corporate context, there will be little room for specific academic competences, like sharp reasoning, and the rigorousness of doing research, the crispness of building theories, etc. It very often has to do with the ideas, the preoccupations that in the academy a lot of theory building is done and there's no room for practical work, and in a company there's just hard working for making money without reflection and academic interest. I think that this is mainly a problem of differences in perceptions, and when we start a sincere cooperation between companies and universities, this will be a problem of less importance. On the other hand, there are now so many generations of students who have found places in corporations. They are alumni of our universities. Why don't we see them as ambassadors for universities and use them as building blocks for setting up new companies?